What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to A Certain Point of View on a Wednesday as we kick off our week with a match reaction, an IG tournament debut match between Robert Parker and Jesse Swift. And I got to say, actually, I got to ask one question. Brian, how incredibly uncomfortable are you in the fact that I'm on the right side today?
I've chosen to ignore it. As long as I'm in my corner, I kind of don't really care.
I'm in my corner.
That's fair. I just had to bring it up. So, but yeah, we're back. It's Wednesday.
But now that you've said it, now it's bothering me.
That's exactly why I said it. Exactly why I said it. How's everybody doing? Jill, I'll start with you. Moving's going along. You got all your stuff?
It's going. I worked from home today, so I was going to try and get through some boxes, but work was just did not allow me to do that today. It was a busy day, so I got nothing done. But I am home tonight. I am home tomorrow while Sean goes to see the Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
And so I will be unpacking boxes. We're getting there.
You didn't want to go see the Suicide Squad?
I did. I was invited to go, but he's going to LA to see it.
Oh.
And I'm going to LA the next day. And it's like, I really didn't want to drive up 2 days in a row. So, and I want to get my packing done. And it's on HBO Max. So if I really want to see it, I can just put it on my brand new 70-inch TV.
Go see the movie in the theater.
I'm sure I will at some point. I'm sure I will.
Yeah.
Brian, how you doing, man?
Good. I like Wednesdays because they're half days. Well, I mean, we have teacher conferences or teacher work, but less kid time. So I'm in a good mood. Yeah. Less annoying, yelling kids.
I gotta say, man, for being a teacher, you complain about kids a lot.
I'm sorry. I caught a kid sneak out of my classroom twice yesterday. I'm like,
how does one?
What?
So I was on the other side of the classroom. The door is on the opposite side, and one of the kids would ask to go to the bathroom, and I'd give him his pass or her pass to go to the bathroom, and he would like lay low to where it's out of my view range of the desks. And the second the kid would walk out with that I excused to go to the bathroom, he'd slip low and I couldn't see him. They're sneaky as hell. 7th grade.
Where is he gonna go?
They just go walk around.
Would your classroom enter a hallway, or is it like an open building?
No, it's an open building. So, because the kid's first mistake is they wear uniforms. So it's pretty much purple, nice bright purples, kind of like Molly's background. So it's like, that's noticeable. This kid wears a red jacket every single day.
Hopefully he's not watching, by the way.
Huh? No.
Hopefully he's not watching.
So I caught that the red jacket was gone, and I was like, wait a minute, because he's one of my talkers. And I sat there and watched the door, waited for them to come back. Sure enough, I didn't catch him the first time. Oh, no, yeah, I did. I caught him both times. Principal came and grabbed him. Yeah, see? It's how we de-stress.
For everyone who's watching, just so you know, Brian and I went to the same college, and we went through the same program together. So I know about the teaching life. I just didn't go into it when I left college. So I get it.
I'm just saying,
it's like, Brian, you sound like you just like hate these kids.
No, I actually really enjoy my 8th graders. This 7th grade class is going to be the death of me. The 8th grade classes are dope. They're whatever. The 7th graders think, well, because you have to think a lot of these kids are in the mindset of 2 years ago. So like the 6th graders are acting like 4th graders.
They never matured.
No, and the 7th graders are acting like 5th graders. So it's difficult. It's very difficult.
That sounds obnoxious.
Yeah. So it is, Rue, it's always the 7th graders. The 6th graders are too scared to make any move, and the 8th graders are in the I'm too cool phase.
The 7th graders are like the middle child. They don't know what
Yes.
to do with themselves.
Yes.
I didn't know what to do as a 7th grader. I was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was
Molly, how are
pretty
you?
much-
How's your Wednesday?
That was probably everyone's super awkward phase. Wednesday is good. I don't talk to any children most days, so I got that going for me.
Parcel tongue now.
Oh yeah, my friendly snake that lives in our backyard somewhere.
Guys, we were just talking about this. We talked about it enough.
My friendly neighborhood snake.
Yeah, I got frogs. I got snakes. Come over. It'll be great.
Come over.
I honestly, watching that video, would like to know how, like, stretched out, how long that snake was.
Nope. Well, I'm gonna move on.
I'll put it on the Discord for those of you who don't know.
I think
it is.
It had to be at least like 3 feet long.
Oh, it was longer than 3 feet.
That's what I'm saying. I was shooting low. That thing looked like
it was like a
5 feet.
6-footer. It was like
It was probably like 4.5.
okay.
feet,
My
maybe.
feeder told me it was like 6 or 7 feet.
No, I showed about like 8 people. I even showed a couple of kids in my class. They were like, "Does she live in Australia?" I'm like, "No, this is Georgia." And they're like, "I'm never going there." Yeah, there's Jake now, but
hell no.
It's funny.
Absolutely.
We've got a friend coming to stay with us in a couple of weeks, and he like follows me on Instagram, so he saw the video of the snake, and he was like, "What is that?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh yeah, we caught it, and we put it in your room, and he's gonna be here when you come stay." And he was like, "No."
my favorite thing though during that video is just you still hear in the background, meow,
Yeah, Pippin.
meow.
This is
I don't
like
care about
right,
the snake. Just give me my food, meow.
just right at dinner time. And he's like, "I don't care about snakes. Meow, feed me."
Okay, he was getting you good the other day too. He was swatting you with the claws.
Oh yeah, every day. If I'm downstairs.
Well, we are here for Schmoedown. We're not here for snake talk or to.
Jake is shutting this down as
shutting
fast
down so fast. We're moving on. Let's get to the debut Inner Geekdom match of the IG tournament that we have here in the back half of the year. And it's a good one. It's a fun one. We have Robert Parker of the Dungeon. We have Jesse Swift of the Quirky Mercs. Obviously, Parker has been searching for something all year long. Came up just short up against Chanju a few months ago. And Jesse is one of the rookies that has really cemented himself as a very top-notch rookie, both play and personality. And he's the Quirky Mercs, head of the snake, if you will, for the IG division.
That was a reach.
Hey, just came to me. We haven't made our predictions yet, so let's go around the table just quickly before we get to the match. Jill, I'll start with you. Who are you taking?
Robert Parker. This is one of those ones you already know who I'm gonna pick. It's like Robert Parker and Paul Oyama. Like always gonna pick those two. So
you picked against Robert.
When did I pick against Rob? Was he playing Corruption?
When he texted you and said, "How dare you,
Jader?" That was Jader.
No, that was Jader.
That was Jader. Are you sure? I think Parker's done it to you once.
No.
Okay, he maybe did. But if I picked anyone to beat him, it was because it was Corruption.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know.
that's the only time. But it's not Corruption. Robert Parker.
Molly, you're gonna go quickly here. You are Dungeon Head, so.
Well, I love both of these players, but I have seen the way that Parker studies and the way that he answers questions, both in matches and out of matches, and he's good. He knows those IG categories pretty well, and I think he's going to do very well in this tournament. So I'm going to go with Parker.
Mr. Brian?
I pick friendship and things.
Brian, you have to make a freaking decision, dude.
Things along those lines.
Gotta make a freaking decision.
Why? Jill floats around the boat like it's no one's business.
To be fair, I also do that now when I have a post interview. So
that didn't mean you still do it anyways. Ooh, a serpent point of view. Oh God.
Point of view.
Brian Ward, I will not commission you for that logo. Sorry.
Yes.
I won't be mad at that.
Make him Indiana Jones. I'm trying
Swift.
to get you a cool picture. Make him
Parker-
Indiana Jones saying like, "I hate snakes."
Yeah, well, I'll take
Snakes,
that.
why do
I
I have
won't
to be
do
Yeah,
that.
see, now he's okay with it.
Parker or Swift? Come on, man.
Parker's on my team, so I'll pick Parker. But I think Jesse's going to look really good in this one. I think he'll do. I mean, way better than the last one.
I agree with that. I think that this is actually a closer match than a lot of people probably give Jesse credit for. He's played 2 matches so far. I think.
Jesse, he's played
Yeah.
2 now.
2 matches, and he's gotten kind of a bad luck of the draw in both matches, categories, questions, first round, whatever. But he hasn't really been able to show off what he's been capable of. I'm gonna take Parker, just because I do think that Jesse is just a little too, for lack of a better word, raw in the Schmoedown to beat someone like Parker. He's still learning, he's still getting there as far as knowledge and stuff. But I do think it'll be a lot better match than people probably give him credit for.
Yeah,
I think Jesse's going to be here for a while.
Yeah,
so
I agree.
I think this is like almost like a coming out party match for him up against someone like Parker.
I think also. I mean, look at who minus Whitneben. He's played Rue and Parker.
Mm-hmm.
Like those are not schlumps.
Welcome to the league. Here comes some of
Yeah.
our best IG players. Right.
For sure.
Push.
But I think he'll look good. I think hopefully, I'm hoping he doesn't get something like Planet of the Apes. I would like to see this match with like pure strengths and see like the comparison, because you have Parker who has a well like there's IG built into the dungeon. Like that is their like foundation. Mercs, not so much. Like you can't rely on the real rejects. Like they're busy as heck. So it's we'll see.
Well, let's get to it. We have Mr. Mark Ellis joined by one PJ Campbell for this.
Oh, PJ.
A
Christ, he's
Pajukian.
not in the chat.
Over a
He's
beauty
waiting
before
to-
biblical times. And that's a question.
PJ's
that
all over the
even
place, man.
PJ
He's doing
Campbell,
this,
our
he's
head
doing
writer,
FCL.
can
Like, what the
answer
hell?
at this juncture, but what we do know
Stick
is
to your
this.
writing
How we
questions,
got here,
bro.
it's a
He's
sordid
he's
tale.
gonna
must-
be
It's not quite as old as
in
time, but it
like
might involve
3
some sort
days.
of talking kitchen
He
appliances.
must
So
be
let's
getting
take a look.
hefty paychecks for all the work he's doing.
He's coming over to our house on like Saturday.
Now it's time for
I think,
Chandru.
or
It is
Sunday,
time to
or
fulfill
Monday.
the prophecy that I came into as the heir apparent to IG. It's mine.
They changed their name, but it's still the
The heir apparent. Oh, I just realized I got my head.
Kaiser, you're in an interesting position, a little bit of a pickle, if you will, because how are we going to decide who ends up in the tournament?
Whichever one of them goes in that tournament, hell's gonna follow them, and it's gonna be somebody's ass.
That loss to Chandru that I took a couple months
Look at
ago.
that beard.
It really deflated me. It
It's-
really knocked me down for
the
like a
thick
second.
beard.
I get the opportunity to run through this tournament, win the entire thing, beat some incredible players along the way. That is an opportunity I'm excited for.
Ever since I called his name at the draft, I knew he could help me do 2 things. 1, win a championship, and 2, rig poker games.
Now, what you say? Robert Parker
I miss
is merciless. He
I
dresses very well, but so does Jesse Swift. He dresses quite well. That man is chock full of quirky merch, and he has been hungry.
The fact that Jesse won through defense, the fact that Whitnaven played better than he has, that sign is earned, sir. That sweatshirt is earned.
You know, I lost against Amaru, and I was fine with everybody seeing that. I was like, listen, I didn't play my best. I made some mistakes, but I'm fine with that being out there. This wasn't cute. It was not a cute match. So I'm hoping that this Parker one is something to show.
Corey said I'm in the Intergeekdom tournament this year. That means I'm representing the Quincy Merch. That means I'm going to study 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, sun up to sundown, no sleep. And there's nothing that can get in the way of me and that victory. Nobody's more dedicated. I don't need sleep.
Jesse, this isn't personal. I don't relish in the opportunity to tear you apart. I'm not going to enjoy it. It's strictly business. I know you'll understand.
Jesse Snaggletooth Swift, man who was named after
Miss
Mom.
Kaiser.
Does anybody know who Jesse Swift's manager is?
I guarantee you that Jesse is going to do incredibly today because of how that last match went, because of how that Amaru match went. Robert Parker, I know you're studied, but I hope you're studied because I know my boy Jesse is. Jesse, Jackal, get him.
Right here, we're gonna work together and we're gonna watch all the Planet of the Apes movies. We're gonna write some extensive flashcards. We're gonna study them like no tomorrow, sun up to sundown for the next couple weeks or however long it takes, because we are gonna win that Intergeekdom tournament match, okay? Are you ready?
Oh.
Goose!
1968. Get your paws off me.
We need an updated picture of cover.
I am loving the brightness of the new logo colors and stuff.
The orange and
Okay,
green.
just me? All right.
And there it is, PJ, because you not
we
only
did
have the
get
Jackal and the
a,
Spider very excited to be in the
Streamlabs while we were
tournament. You have
watching
two
that
managers
promo.
hoping that their
Thank you, Mr.
competitor
Selvin
represented
Moreno,
today
as
can
always.
score a lot of
Selvin.
points, not just with this match,
Part
but
of the
when we
View
get
crew.
to
He said,
tournament
hello to the
time,
lovely
you
View
know that there's a
crew.
lot of
Had a
faction
super long day
points
at work, but I'm
at
glad to be
the
able to
ready.
relax for a
Who's gonna
bit
get it
and
today?
watch
Is it
this
going to
match
be the
together.
Dungeons
Hashtag
representative
Spider
Park, or is it
time.
going to be the Quirky Mercs? Swift pulling the upset. Koi and Kaiser, two of the more entertaining
Hashtag.
personalities we have in all of Schmoedown.
Yeah, I really miss
Honestly, it's,
Kaiser.
you know,
And as much as I love Adam
Witt,
Witt,
is going
I
to go
miss
on
Kaiser.
to keep trying to generate these points, but I think it's going to be a no holds barred.
I'm assuming Witt is
Whoever
managing
wins,
again.
we all kind of win, right? It's just going to be a lot of fun. Are you ready?
I'm not sure if
Yeah.
Jesse the Jackal Swift brought
Kaiser
a
might have been
sling
back
to
for
the
this one.
match, and I'm not sure if Parker's
Is he
up
back?
against
Is he
his usual
back?
behemoth self,
Yeah.
but that's why
I think-
we play
yeah, I think
the
so.
matches. You ready to
He
go?
said
Patrick?
August.
Hashtag scoops, guys.
It's so
Hashtag
nice
scoops.
having PJ on the desk.
Shows how much
And
I know.
The golden
You know
voice
I've been
of
texting
Christian
him
Hall.
every day, like, hey, when am I supposed to play my husband?
What day?
What day? Tell me.
Hashtag what day is
Introducing first.
With a record of 1 win, 1 loss, representing.
I really want
the
I really
Quirky
want a
Mercs,
clip of
He is
Video Drew
Jesse
dancing to their music.
Or just like her walking by the logo.
Oh,
Oh,
And he
Christmas
has
stuff.
fallen asleep. I see
it's not
breathing.
Christmas time.
I
think it's
oh,
just
it's
a
a blanket.
blanket.
I thought he was wearing a
Hey.
suit.
Oh, it's like it.
Hey,
How's it
That's
going,
it.
Mark? I hear you.
yeah, you're about to compete in a match. Were you aware of that today, sir?
I knew that was coming up. I think after the last match, I kind of just went into a series of week-long overnighters studying, and I've been asleep for, oh gosh, probably at least the last 24 hours.
That sounds
Yeah,
wonderful.
I'm great, and your
I wish I could
beard
sleep
looks
for 24
fantastic. And
hours.
so,
Also,
let me ask you
just
about
wait.
that study session, this cramming you've done for the last 24 hours. Is that just based on maybe spinning a category that you found tough in your last match, or is it just an overall brush up of knowledge going up against Robert Parker?
The Spider?
The Spider.
Yeah, no, I was told that the Intergeekdom tournament was coming up and that they were throwing me in there, but I guess I slept through who I was going up against.
It is the Spider.
Surprise!
Well, you know, study,
What a
study,
surprise
prepare
to
for
wake up
anyone,
to.
and I think that's what I've done. But no, I didn't prepare.
Jesus.
Specifically for Robert, but I'm excited for any challenge that comes my way, and let's get the match.
We
rolling.
love a good
Can't
prop. We love a
PJ, this
good
is
prop.
a better dressed Jackal than we've seen before.
It is, and it seems to be a very well studied one as well. I mean, how are you feeling going into this? This last match you went, it was a real scrap. Like, are you feeling real good about today?
Yeah, I'm feeling.
Oh my
great.
God, the cup has
give me an
ears.
Apes movie. Let's go.
All right, then.
For the
You
actual
notice it?
match. Is that a Batman 1989
Cute.
mug?
Possibly, but also
See?
maybe not.
oh.
Okay. That more be a classic Bruce Wayne. Sorry, I almost gave away his true
mine's
identity.
boring today.
All right, Jackal. We're going to let
Orange. You're
you
matching,
catch up on your
Mark's
Z's a
tie.
little bit more before the match gets going. In the meantime, we're going to meet your opponent and his opponent,
Hi, Sean.
representing the Dungeon with a record of 4 wins, 2 defeats, and 1 knockout. He is Robert the Spider Parker. There is the Spider, his customary suit and then jacket off.
Love all of his booze
Now,
bottles.
He looks ready to compete in the match. Robert, those bottles on the cabinet behind you are empty, but we know that your competitive tank is full and ready to hopefully storm through an Intergeekdom tournament. How do you avoid tournaments past and get all the way to the ranks of once again competing for a championship this time?
Look, it's all about what's ahead. You can't worry about what's behind. What's done is done. What the past died, kill it if you have to. What matters now is business. All right? We are back in business. Back in
Proud of you, Parker.
And I have the best crew behind me. I got Kaiser, Wit, Mara, and Holy. Everybody in the dungeon is behind me on this one. I could not feel more proud to represent my faction here. And look, I'm ready to have that gold around my waist. I've waited long enough. I'm ready to prove it. I'm ready to earn it. I'm ready to do it.
Well, I was going to ask you, you're talking about the dungeon being behind you. This was a big choice between you and Mara being here in this tournament. So are you and Mara working together to really get you to that belt? How is that working behind the scenes?
Oh, 100%. People should be more scared of me now than ever, knowing that it's both me and Mara's brains completely downloaded into one trivia beast. That's really what the goal was. No matter which one of us ended up taking the spot in the tournament, we wanted to really just combine forces in every way possible except for physical. And I think we've done that. You should be scared of what's ahead.
Well, no one zhuzhes their sleeves on command quite as adept as you, sir. My last question before we get you in the ring against your opponent. We don't have word yet as to who is managing you today in the dungeon. Do you have a preference as to whether Wit or Kaiser himself, God forbid, actually shows up for a match?
Look, I've been working with them both extensively for the last year and a half. I mean, since last year's dungeon. So I've got a great rapport with both of them. Both of them know my game. Both of them know my strengths, my weaknesses. Wit is just a source of delight
if I'm wrong,
and positivity.
as of this
and it's
moment,
great to have that in your corner. And Kaiser really knows what to say when to say it. So I have no preference either way. I think having either of them in my corner is a blessing.
They're in what?
All right, then. Let's get you in the ring against your opponent, Jesse Swift. All right, Jesse getting some last-minute hydration. It looks like the best-dressed Jackal versus the best-dressed Spider. I will ask you first, Jackal, now that you have woken up and had your morning beverage, are you ready to go?
Yep. I just remembered that Eva Mendes is Roxanne and Ghost Rider, so I still got that in my brain. And with that, ready.
All right, Robert Parker, are you ready to get going? And if so, do you have any last-minute Ghost Rider trivia tidbits for us?
I don't want to give away anything that he hasn't already spoiled, but I appreciate the class. I'm glad somebody really, decided to show up against me in the dress department.
That's a new shirt, thank you.
I'm looking forward to, let's take care of business here. I'm ready to win this tournament.
Exciting match. It's about to kick off the Intergeekdom, and how do we do that around here? Let's get ready to Schmoedown! But first, the rules of round number one. In round number one, each competitor is going to face 10 questions. These are questions asked to the field.
I hope everyone is doing great out there. You know how it works. We've been here before.
Round number one.
We answer every single question.
You have 15 seconds to write down your best attempt at an
whiteboards
answer.
in the first round.
Name or nickname.
Complete
show your road to the same
utter shout-outs in round 2 and 3. Whoever can get it first.
Competitor of your 3 usages of the JT.
And you are more than welcome to play along with us. If you're not sure you heard the question right, does not help us at all. Let's have some fun. IG tournament is officially underway, everybody. Put your picks in the chat. We'd love to see them. And see who you think might win today and possibly even
on any given day. We'll deliver it to
got all the green today. Got green marker. The outfits are green. Represent an IG.
There we go. PJ Campbell will be kicking off the festivities here with his question that he might have written for round number one.
There's a pretty good chance of that, Mark, but are you ready?
I'm pumped, baby. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Round number one, question number one, comes in the realm of fantasy science fiction. Name this 1990s film from its synopsis. A brilliant scientist left for dead returns to exact revenge on the people who burned him alive.
Whew.
That sounds like a really bad day at the office, Mark.
Yeah, that sounds like
something
that
a good one.
Kaiser is going to claim happened to him and why he didn't show up for the match today.
I believe that.
5, 4.
This is a PJ question.
2.
Yeah, it is.
Yes. 1 pens down. Let's go to the Spider first. Darkman. He is everywhere and nowhere. Does Swift have it?
Never even heard
It's between that and Dayman, but here we go.
We got Darkman, not Duckman. That is correct. We're tied at 1, kicking things off. Here we move to the world of Marvel movies. And the question, which MCU film features the characters Algrim, Tyr, and Ian Boothby. That's tier TYR. No proper vowels, like Leonard Skinner.
You know, I really like that Leonard Skinner mark.
Seen him 7 times. 5, 4.
I've not seen him once.
3.
This is gonna slap me in the face.
1. It's like half of an
That's
original.
amazing.
It's still great. Pens down.
Dark World.
Thor,
Second
Dark
Thor.
That is the correct MCU and
Son of
Thor
a
movie.
gun.
Robert Parker.
I've seen that
I
movie once.
really don't like that
He
movie.
had it as well for
Yeah.
a point. We're
I don't know
tied.
why.
A joke.
And question number 3
I've seen that
comes
one
in the realm
one
of
time.
Star Trek movies. In Star Trek VI, The Undiscovered Country, Kirk and McCoy are charged with killing Gorkin, a Klingon who holds what political position?
Okay,
You,
politics.
you more of a Kirk or more of a Spock?
I swear, every single
Definitely more of
time
a Kirk guy.
Okay.
I mean,
they
my corgi was
ask
named
a
after him once,
Star Trek question, I feel like there's a different
3.
name
Just
for the end
checking.
of the movie.
2.
Undiscovered
1.
Country.
Pens down. You got the
Governor.
answer for it, kids. Let's go to
Governor.
Spider.
Chancellor Thor.
Chancellor is correct, Jesse.
Chancellor sounds better than ambassador.
It does sound a little bit better and more correct, and so Parker takes the first lead of the ball game, 3-2, as the Jackal looks to rebound with the next question
That's a
to the
hard
field
question.
in the category
Jesus.
of I saw a mug based on this character not too long ago.
Batman.
And the question: in which film does Batman say, "It's not who I am underneath, but what I do
I
that
love this
defines
movie.
me"?
now, Mark, what is it beneath you that defines you?
Yeah.
I love
Just a
most
lot of
Batman movies.
This is actually
tired
one
energy.
of my favorite Batman
A
movies.
lot of
That's a good answer.
It's like
Yeah.
top
Yes.
3 for me.
5, 4, 3. Run on empty, PJ. 2, 1. Pens
I put
down.
Batman
Mr.
89.
Swift.
Batman Begins.
Batman Beggins.
Darn it.
Batman Beggins is close enough
You and
to
I were on the
accept.
same
How about
page,
Robert Parker?
Yeah.
Batman Begins.
Batman Beggins, possibly my
He
favorite
got that
comic
quote
book
from
movie
Rachel.
of all time. It is 4-3 with Parker still perfect.
Now
and
I
we
want
move on to
Pumpkin.
question number 5 in the world of Planet of the Apes.
Oh lord.
What is the given name to the ape who is Caesar's mother in Rise of the Planet
Oh
of the
yeah,
Apes?
that's like the one that I know stuff from.
I don't know.
That's a question.
What a great trilogy, too.
So good.
Yeah,
One
it's
of the
up there
best.
with the best.
Yeah, 100%. And it stuck the landing.
4, 3, 2, 1. A hard feat to do.
Start with an A.
Let's go to
Fridays.
Parker
Ah,
first.
crap.
Bright eyes.
Turn around, bright eyes, Jesse Swift.
Well, here's the thing. I was feeling this way when I spun Planet of the Apes the other day.
Hey, there's some apes knowledge for you. All you haters out there, there's some apes knowledge. So now
There's
it is
some
still a
apes.
1-point ball game, 5-4. Halfway through round 1, we go to the world of X-Men. And it is, for a point, which X-Men film involves a shape-shifting race of aliens called the Debari?
Hey, Mark, have you met any shape-shifting aliens in your life?
The only one that has alien.
How do I put this? I don't think I've dated any in 10 years. 4, 3, 2, but my 20s were different. 1. Pens down. Let's go to
I
Jesse
should have guessed.
Dark Phoenix.
X-Men Dark Phoenix. And
Oh
they should
dang
have
it!
called Alien
That's
Race
the one I haven't
Debauchery.
seen.
I
I
like both
don't-
of
you
those
don't need
answers,
to.
Robert Parker.
Yeah, you don't need to. You don't need to.
He's still perfect and outpacing Swift just by 1. A sterling round by both competitors thus far, PJ.
It's
Finally
really going
have a
very well
point.
as we moved into question number 7, which is in the world of mixed bag. Let's put our hands down and see what it is.
Give me
Daryl
a-
Sabara appears as Edgar Rice Burroughs, and Bryan Cranston appears as a Union Colonel Powell in this 2010 sci-fi adventure film.
PJ!
So, as the head writer of the Schmoedown, what category do you enjoy
idea.
writing for most at Inner Geekdom, and is it mixed bag?
Okay.
It can be mixed bag because it can be just about anything. You know me so well.
3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to you first.
Oh, I should have known.
Mr. Swift.
Yeah.
John Carter.
John Carter is correct. How about Parker?
That's the sneaky one.
I
He
should have
nailed
known.
it as well. It is
the
7
amount
to
of
6.
John
Still
Carter
in favor
and
of the Spider.
Rocketeer.
As we go to the world of graphic novels next.
They're graphic.
Graphic novels, or the adaptations, film version, more accurately. Here's a question. Who plays the character Maggie Greer, the wife of Bruce Willis's Tom Greer in Surrogates? And I can count on one hand how many Oscars this film won.
Jeez, this is a hard round one.
Yeah.
Could be 0, could be 5.
Yes.
Nice.
4.
This is the first thing that
3.
popped in my head. I don't think it's right.
2.
I said Michelle
1.
Monaghan.
Pens down. Rectifying the order. We're going
No
to stay
idea.
with Jesse Swift. Jesse, did he have it?
I said Robin Wright, which coincidentally is the wrong answer.
Coincidentally, that is correct. Unfortunately,
He must have
it is
just
the wrong
remembered.
answer, like you said. Does Parker have it for a 2-point lead?
She was robbed for an Oscar in Gone Girl.
I thought you were going to say for an Oscar in this.
Not for surrogates. No, definitely not.
All right, PJ, here's where we stand. It's a 2-point ball game. Both competitors playing well, but it is the Spider who is perfect. He's got 2 questions remaining to seal that perfect round 1. What is their penultimate category in round 1?
These are hard. I
We're
only got
going
one
under the world
question.
of Spider-Man.
Oh.
This actor had separate roles as a ring announcer, a snooty usher, and a French maitre d' in the
Ooh.
Sam Raimi Spider-Man films.
All right. Present movie aside, the most
Oh,
famous
God.
maitre d'
I can
character of
see
all time.
his face.
It's a good question. I know you said barring this one, but this one really stands out for me.
2, 1. I either go pens down. I either go Ferris Bueller's Day Off
Gamble.
or Pee Wee Herman in the Blues Brothers. Let's go to
The chin
Spider,
himself says
Yeah.
Chin.
Is
Jill, you want to go get
correct.
like
He's
a
one away from
snack or
perfect. How about
dinner
Swift?
or
Yeah,
something?
let's
Because
go get
clearly
ice
we're
cream.
not.
Well, that's a mysterious.
Go get ice cream.
That almost happened.
Ice cream sounds good right now.
Bruce Campbell's, a
Ice cream
friend of the
does
show, who we
I've got
considered
some
having
almond milk ice
the
cream in my
pleasure of
freezer
announcing
that's
this match
calling
with
my
me, but
name.
we decided PJ, the better choice.
It's
You're
delicious.
welcome, PJ. It is
Almond milk.
Michael
a
Bay.
perfect round so far
Yeah,
for the
it's
Spider.
really
It is
good.
9-7. One question remains for you, gentlemen, and here it is
I'm
in the
making
category of
pineapple
dystopian
sausages after
future
this.
/ time travel.
I'm gonna make
The question for a point. In the film Back to the Future Part 2, which
God.
character has a face-to-face encounter with their future self
I know
in the
this.
year 2015,
I don't know her
causing
name.
them to faint?
Now, Mark,
Uh,
which
Come
of
on,
these movies is
guys.
your favorite?
I don't know his
Oh.
name.
I
This is
think
such a
we both know the answer to this question.
You just have to ask. You got to be sure sometimes.
It is the first one. appreciate
I don't know the
second two,
name.
and this
I'll repeat the
is-
question.
Shoot.
All right, that is a JTE rule. And it is in the category of dystopian future / time travel. In the film Back to the Future Part 2, which character has a face-to-face encounter with their future self in the year 2015, causing them to faint?
I don't know her. The
PJ, do you have a
name.
different
I
answer?
know.
I know exactly who it is,
For
though.
one for your favorite.
Right.
No,
What
I mean, I
character
like all
it
three
is.
of them. We were talking about great trilogies earlier, but that original is the greatest of all time.
5, 4, 3,
You guys pull it?
2,
no.
1. In
Yeah.
the franchise that might feature the
mom
most
of
fun
Marty.
movie ever.
Oh.
Jesse Swift, did you have it?
The mom.
Jennifer is correct. Does Robert Parker have it?
Jennifer.
Jennifer.
Coincidentally, her last name
Do I get a
shared
point?
by
I was
Robert Parker.
technically
Mr.
right.
Perfect
Nope.
round here today.
Nope.
It's 10-8.
I have
PJ.
1
Jesse
point,
Swift
sir. It is not
rebounding
expecting you to give me
nicely
1 point.
from his previous win in a defensive
I
struggle.
don't know,
Now
man.
he's scoring a lot of
Something you
points,
like might
but
be
it is
fun
the
next.
Spider who has yet another perfect round number 1. Thus, he has earned himself a bonus
We've seen it
question.
happen.
Robert, this question is asked
Oh, now
Jesse.
this
You
is
don't
a
have to write
guess for
down
all
the
of
answer.
us, by the way.
Simply
Whoever can get it first.
speak your attempt within 15 seconds once PJ finishes asking the
Harry
question.
Potter.
All right, Robert.
It's
In the
a
realm
world.
of bonus questions,
Star
which
Wars.
animated film begins with the main character singing "Can't Help Falling in Love with You"?
An animated inner geekdom movie? Holy
Oh,
crap.
jeez.
No idea.
The Incredibles?
Oh,
No.
that's a good guess.
Strange Magic.
Good trick here.
That
And
is
he's
what that is.
Strange Magic, and that is correct.
I've never
for
heard
a
of that.
point, and
Never
so
heard of
that
it.
point has
Neither
proven to be
have I.
crucial in
I
past
think it's
matches.
Lucas.
We'll see if that
That's
plays
a
out here
Lucas
today as well in this
movie, I know
opening
that.
match. of the
Oh, I
Intergeekdom
should know
tournament.
that then.
It's 11-8. The Spider over the Jackal as we cruise into round number 2. This is the wheel
Jesse's
round.
playing well.
Gentlemen. Each of you
Yeah,
can
playing well.
We're
Yes.
category.
We're getting what I
In
think
that
we all
particular
expected
round will
from
emerge. Each
Parker.
question is worth 2 points.
But
There's
Jesse
no penalty for missing
he's
a
doing
question.
very, very well.
However,
He's holding his own.
stealing, it's available in round number 2. So if you're not sure of the answer,
Oh,
you may want to ask
Lorraine
us
is
multiple choice. We'll give you 4
Marty's
options, one of
mother.
which
It wasn't the
PJ
mom?
reassures me
No,
is
no,
the correct answer. At that
Jennifer's
point, the value of the
Marty's
question recedes to
girlfriend /
1.
wife.
So Spider, we're going to
Yeah.
get your
Oh,
answer before
darn.
we
It
wasn't
meet
Marty's
the
mom.
managers. Would you like to spin the
Wasn't
wheel
even
first
close.
or defer to your opponent?
Just score out. It's 3 points, right? Correct.
It is a 3-point ball game at the moment, 11-8.
I would like to defer then.
He's going to defer to his equally well-dressed opponent, so we drop out the spider, and we bring back the manager of the Quirky Mercs, Coy Jandrew. All right, Coy Jandrew, 60 seconds, starting now.
Okay, Jesse, I wanted us to go first because I love how you're playing. I want you to stay in this zone. The points don't matter yet. I know they feel like...
What
they
is this?
do, but
Whose line
until
is
we
it
get to the
anyway?
end, the points don't matter. You just got more points in that round than you got in an entire, like, 2 round.
Whose line is it with a game where everything's made up and points don't matter?
I watched a 12-minute reel the other day on Instagram that was all about whose line was it anyway, because I never watched the show. Really? It was like my first like true experience with the show, and I was dying. Like
I've seen it live.
Colin Mockery comes to Dad's Garage, our improv theater, a lot. And I've seen him live a couple of times.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
That was like
the
the show like my family watched during dinner. Like
Yeah.
it was.
You got this, man.
They used my prompt last time I saw them. It was
Bring up
highlight
that
of
wheel, and there it is in all its glory. Jesse, when you're
Wizards?
ready,
Yeah.
think real hard. Oh, we already
Star
spun it.
Wars.
That's because I was.
Is that the first time we've seen Star Wars on the wheel?
See, you're so ready, man.
Feels like it.
He was
Not in a, I mean,
more
in a
prepared
while,
than
yeah.
I,
but-
usually the case. And that
No,
has
for
been our
me, but
dystopian
Jesse's gonna
feature in
spin it.
time travel.
No, thank
60
you.
seconds for the Quirky
I'll
Mercs
take
decide
it.
if they
Thank
like the Jackal
you.
keeping
No,
that
thank
wedge or
you.
using his free spin.
No, thank you.
He's gonna spin.
Well,
So-
we did talk about that. There's no
Scores
weaknesses
and
on it,
soundtrack
really.
was
So
on
that's-
there.
We did. So we've got
What is Coy's
50
poster
seconds to
on
just
the
kind of suss
left?
this out.
What is
We
that?
love this wheel. We
Shamrock.
did talk about top third, middle third, bottom third, as we often do.
Oh yeah, it is a
just for
shamrock,
me,
but I don't know what
not
it's a poster for.
you, I kind of want to spin it again because
Spin
the
it
Mercs
again,
got
please.
dystopia
I'll
right,
take Jurassic
and I
Park
feel like
also.
if we just keep going that
Yeah.
way, there'll be an assumption. So just
I
for
wonder
me
what
and
he's-
my
This
what is
listeners,
he-
I
category
would say-
spans.
Could he be
like
looking for
60 years.
Transformers,
Let's narrow it down a
possibly?
little bit.
I say spin again. If you're
The
feeling
Transformers
that,
even on?
Yeah, it's on the
Oh,
bottom.
that is
All right,
Transformers.
they're gonna give it
It
one more
looks like just a
spin.
bunch of mumbo
There
jumbo.
it goes, round and round.
It's
Opponents
definitely a
and
very
spinner stores
interesting wheel.
lurking on the wheel.
A lot of good stuff.
As is dystopian future and
Good,
time travel.
good.
It's not going to be that, PJ. It
Mm.
is
Okay.
landing squarely in the
I mean,
world
so
of
Interesting.
Marvel
Here's the new
films,
thing, though.
and that
this
will
is
be the
MCU and
category.
Marvel, so it's
This
both.
is
Yeah, we
5
know.
questions
Oh,
asked
yeah,
first
that's right.
to Jesse
Because they
Swift.
combined the
All
categories.
right, so we give way to
Boo.
Robert Parker taking over for
Boo.
Coy slash
Keep them separate.
Deadpool. Robert, the category is Marvel that Jesse's going to be fielding questions from. Jesse, again,
Is
you
Lord
have
of the
5
Rings on the wheel?
questions in this round. They're going to
No.
be administered
No.
by my partner in crime, Mr.
But
PJ
I
Campbell.
imagine Parker probably
And
put Wizarding World on.
when he is ready and you are ready, 2 questions unless you need the aid
Or Star
of
Wars.
multiple
He knows
choice.
his Star Wars.
All right, Jesse, are you ready?
As ready as I can be.
All right. Your first question in the world of Marvel: who provides the speaking voice of the Hulk after he transforms
Ferrigno.
in 2008?
I was gonna say Lou
Being Marvel
Ferrigno.
Hulk?
Oh yeah. Is that really him?
Yeah,
That's cool.
he does them all.
We've. Oh wait, really?
Yeah.
You know
We
it.
met him at Dragon Con, and he put me in a
That's
chokehold
correct for 2 points.
Really?
because I asked him
I
to.
didn't know that.
Is
That's
he
cool.
is he super short?
No.
Question
Oh.
number
He's
2.
very
in the
tall.
world of
No.
Marvel.
Yeah, he's
Who
tall.
plays Franklin Foggy Nelson in Daredevil?
John
Jon
Favreau.
Correct for another
For a second,
2
I was like,
points.
no, he's happy, and I was
Jesse
like, oh,
Swift
wrong
now
movie.
has the lead, solo possession of first place over
I need to
Parker,
go back and watch
12
all
to
these old
11,
Marvel movies.
and now he goes to his third
I haven't
question
seen
of
Spider-Man
Marvel
since
movies.
forever.
Which MCU film has the line, "He may have been your father,
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
but he wasn't your dad"?
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm giving that one
That
to
is spoken
Jill.
by Jan
That was
doing
good.
Guardians of the Galaxy
I
Volume
just said
2.
Guardians too.
Yeah, she said the full
That
title.
is correct for another
That
2
was good.
points.
I'm Mary Poppins, y'all.
I'm just not on my
was
game
All right,
today.
he is
That
now
was good.
2 questions left in what is a pretty thrilling round
Okay,
thus
Jesse's
far for
doing
all the
really good.
Jackal fans out
Yeah,
there. What's he
he
looking
is.
at now, PJ?
Question number 4.
Killing
In the
this.
realm of Marvel, Wayne Knight, Dominic West, and Julie Benz appear in what 2000s Marvel
Dominic
film?
West.
Oh,
Electra.
Punisher Warzone.
Sure.
yep.
That's,
That's
a deep
the one.
cut for 2
Wow.
points.
2 more
Dang.
points, and he is now 2
Look
points
at
away from a
Jesse go.
perfect
Wow.
round 2. Impressive
I knew
work.
that in the back of my head
It
somewhere
is,
because
and the
of Julie
final
Benz.
question in round number 2 for Jesse in the realm of Marvel. In X2 X-Men United, the jet plane has trouble lifting off because the
God.
what are offline?
What? No clue.
I think I know it, but I will not.
The alluvial dampers.
All right. Is it A, vertical thrusters, B, engine
I'll
boosters,
say vertical
C,
thrusters.
alignment gears,
I'm going to say
or D,
alignment
jet
gears.
propulsions?
Jill, what'd you say?
I said engine to begin with. So
I said
I
A.
get one free repeat
I'm gonna say
of the
A.
answers, right?
I'm gonna
Yes,
say
you do.
D.
The options, yes, you do.
Please.
All right. Is it A, vertical thrusters, B, engine boosters, C, alignment gears, or D,
Vertical
jet
thrusters
propulsions?
sounds like a Star Wars thing, though.
It does.
Don't tell me that, please.
C, alignment gears.
Oh,
Unfortunately, that is incorrect.
darn it.
So Robert Parker for the steal.
I
You're
wonder
gonna
if
get
this
your
is easy for
question
Parker.
and the choices one
He
more
knows
time. In
If this is easy
X2,
for
X-Men
Parker.
United, the jet plane has trouble lifting off because
God.
the what are offline.
That's
Is
a
it
tough
A,
question.
vertical thrusters,
Yeah.
B,
God, you have to
engine
get the
boosters,
exact part.
C, alignment gears, or D, jet propulsions?
I'm gonna say A, the vertical thrusters.
And A is correct for a 1 point.
Freaking
steal.
Parker. This guy.
A 1 point steal, and that's a big 1 point
Hey.
steal, spoiling a perfect
Jesse almost
round
went
by
perfect.
Jesse the Jackal
That's
Swift.
pretty
I would
good.
not know as much
He's
about
playing
Jess
his best
as
match
BJ
so far.
Campbell does,
Oh,
but he
easily.
did display a
By
lot
far
of
his best
marbled
match.
knowledge. He just lost out on that one steal. Could loom large depending on what Parker spins. So we're going to drop the Jackal out and bring in whoever's managing the Spider today.
I don't know. Hey!
From
There he
Hawaii.
is.
He's back.
Sure you are.
You know, if I'm a little groggy today, it's because I was abruptly woken up this morning by this
Oh, I missed
ear-splitting, squealing voice outside of my hotel balcony. So I called down to the front lobby. I said, hey, this is Kaiser in the Ricardo Montalban suite. Do you have a guest staying at the hotel named Sam Levine? They said, no. I said, well, what is that horrific sound coming from below my balcony? And they said, well, sir, we're sorry. We're testing the hurricane sirens. Now, let me ask you something. Sam Levine must get a hell of a royalty check for that gig. Wouldn't you agree?
He's not even playing Sam Levine.
If
Why are we,
that was his gig, sure.
why are
Parker,
we talking about
it's good to
Sam?
see you, baby.
Sam's
You're
not
in the
even
zone.
here.
One big steal. I don't know who's managing
I would like to
Snaggletooth.
see
I
him
just took
take
a
a
wild
shot
guess.
at boy.
But here's the thing.
He
Take a
just said he
breath.
took a wild guess.
Be zen. One question at a time. Let the words come to you, baby. 3 JTEs. This is your wheel. This is your day. Let's let it rip.
It's not Sam Levine, Kaiser. It's Koi Chan.
Really?
He was actually just on the air. So let's go ahead and spin that wheel, Robert, whenever you're ready.
Yeah, let's get.
Oh, how much I missed him.
You think he's actually in Hawaii? Because I don't.
No, I'm pretty sure he's actually in the Safari Inn in Burbank.
What do you
All
think? I just
right.
got that artwork.
Yay!
On my wall. I'm in Hawaii.
Well,
Where's Jen Kemp?
The Wizarding
We need
World,
her.
Robert. Would you like to keep it or spin again?
Because I'm not going to know that.
We'd be fools not to keep this, Kaiser. Let's stick with it.
And we ain't fools.
All right.
Let's play Dungeon Ball, baby.
Although there might be a question after
The Wizarding
from
World
Roland
it is.
after
Robert
writing
Parker in
trivia
his
tonight.
home office and Kaiser from a Rainforest
No.
Cafe back room.
No.
We now go to 5 questions for the Spider. 2 points apiece unless you
Watch,
need the aid of
Jill, they're all
multiple
going to
choice.
be
Are
like,
you ready
what's
to
the name
go?
of the actor that
Yes, sir.
plays?
Right.
All right. Keep your
What
hands up,
year?
both you gentlemen, in case of a steal opportunity. Here's the first question. With whom did Ginny Weasley attend the Yule Ball
that's a
during Harry
I don't
Potter
know about
and
him.
the Goblet of Fire?
Yay!
Neville.
I was
Longbottom.
thinking of her
Interesting
boyfriend
dynamic afoot
later.
there. That is 2
series.
points
Dang it.
Wow.
because it is
Molly
correct,
coming
and it is
in.
now all of a sudden
Get it, Molly.
just the
Here, I'll
2-point
put my
ball
studied
based on that
for
steal
our
Robert
trivia.
had off of
No, I
Jesse.
didn't.
Your next question, second
back.
one in the
I was like, you
category of
didn't
Wizarding
play.
World,
You
Robert.
read the question.
What is the name of the cranky house elf that serves the House of
Oh,
Black?
Creature.
Oh my god.
Cranky, if I was a house elf too, that is 2
Oh,
more
I knew it
points.
started with a
And now
K.
it is
Wow.
all tied
Wow.
up to take the
Losing a
lead
Harry
outright
Potter
once
fan.
again.
Like
The
a
Spider's
creature.
third question in the
With a
Wizarding
K.
World.
Creature, like a Kardashian.
In Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, which student is the
Katie
first
Bell?
to be sorted
Hermione?
into a house?
Is it Hermione?
No,
It's Hermione.
son of
Let's
a
go.
bitch.
Let's go. Give it to me.
It's Hermione.
Jill, I was thinking Katie
Hermione
Bell
Granger.
also.
She's the very first one to go?
Hermione's
He is
the
correct
first.
for 2 more points. He's got a 2-point lead, PJ.
Yeah,
Now we
today's
go to the
definitely not my day.
penultimate question in the Wizarding World, and it is: what is the first name of the Hogwarts student played by actor Josh
Actors.
Herdman?
I've never heard that name in my life. Josh Herdman. Let's take a wild guess. What is? Oh my God, what's his name? The guy that always blows himself up.
I can't. Yeah, I can't think of like any names right now.
All right, that's your first usage of a JTE rule.
What's the guy that blows himself up?
Hogwarts.
That's
student
Seamus.
Was
I'm
played
gonna
by
say
actor
Seamus.
Josh Herdman.
Seamus.
Just need the first name.
Finnegan.
I'm gonna say Seamus.
You need the first, and that's what you're okay.
Need the first name.
Give me Seamus. Give me Seamus.
It's not. I'm
His first name is
100% positive
Gregory.
it's not Seamus.
Gregory is correct.
Who's Gregory?
He used a
Who the
JT
F
rule,
is
but did
Gregory?
not defer to multiple choice, and so that is
Goyle.
4 points. It's a 4-point lead for
Gregory
the Spider.
Goyle.
And PJ, this could be a crucial
they
question
literally
here because a
never
6-point lead, a lot
say his
different than a
first name.
4-point lead.
No,
Going
Is he one of, like, the
round
bully
number
kid?
3.
Yeah, Crown
isn't
Goyle.
he
That's
Here.
who I was thinking of, but
We
I was
go.
like, I don't know his name.
Your
Oh, there's
question.
still one more? I better back up.
In Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, what spell does
spells.
Harry use to save Cedric's life when being attacked by
Reducto.
vines?
No.
No.
Is
Ooh,
it? No.
that's right.
Is it Reducto?
Oh,
That's some sort of wine
Brian.
joke that I should be aware. That is correct for 2
Yay.
points, and now it is a 6-point lead for Robert the
I
Spider
can be happy
Parker
now. I almost
as he
just ate it
heads
3
into
times
round
scooting my
3
chair up.
versus the Jackal. Another perfect showing by Parker.
I mean, he's so good at what he does, and
Not
you just
surprised
see
at
him
Parker going
maneuvering, using the
No.
repeats at the right times.
I will
and
say,
now here we
that
are
Gregory,
going into round
that
3.
Gregory
He's
poll,
put the
that's a
Jackal in
good
quite-
question. That's a
quite
really good
spot.
question.
Hard.
But the Jackal does have all 3 usages of his JTE rules, and he might need them because round 3 is the round that will determine the match. 3 questions face each competitor. 2, 3, and 5.
I apologize
are the point
to
values
everyone
for the
here
questions
that
in
I
descending
assaulted.
order. There's no
I
penalty for missing a question. There
tried
was no
to scoot back
stealing
as
in
far as I
round
could.
3. Keep in mind JTE rules
London
and
pops
challenges
in just for the
as
wizard
normal.
questions. I see you.
To get those
No,
questions, well,
he's been
help
here
from
since the
competitors.
beginning.
Each of you are
Oh,
going
has
to give
he?
us a series of
Yeah.
numbers. These numbers may range
Going
from
back
1
to
to
Hogwarts.
16. You may not pick
Gotta
the same
get
numbers as your
back to
opponent, as
school.
each number corresponds to a
Gotta get
unique
yourself to
corner
Hogwarts.
of
The
inner
Devil's Help,
geekdom
just so you
mystery.
know, we actually did
It is a
Wizards
Spider who
trivia
has
on our
a
Patreon last week.
JTE rule, and I am told Jesse Swift did use a JTE rule earlier in round number 1. He caught me.
Just
Fellas,
an off
you
day,
caught me.
apparently.
All right, Parker, you get to go first with your 3
These have
numbers.
been
From
exceptionally
1 to
hard IG
16,
questions.
what feels
Sure,
fortunate?
Rachel.
Yeah, it's been rough.
8, 16, 4.
Rachel's still working
8,
on that,
16,
filing that
and
complaint
4.
to the 4th
And
round of
the Jackal.
trivia.
Well, you took one of mine.
Justice for guns
I'm
and
gonna
Kimbo.
go
Oh, that's you know what?
14.
No, no
and-
justice for guns
Top
akimbo.
number, sorry.
That movie is
16.
great.
Okay, then
The movie is great. It has
I'm gonna
Daniel
find a
Radcliffe.
way. I'm gonna find a way
All right.
to put justice.
There we go.
or,
Confirming
Guns
that's
Akimbo
9,
for
14,
trivia at
and
some
12
point,
for the
and it's not
Jackal,
gonna
8,
have
16,
anything to
and
do with what
4
we're talking about.
for the Spider. And so right now we're going to drop out the Jackal and bring in the Spider's manager from Hawaii, Kaiser. Oh, and he's muted. Thank
From
goodness.
Dayton, Ohio.
Hold on. This is important. I
Well,
got a phone
Kaiser's
call
back.
last
He's
week from
doing
Bobby
that.
Gucci. You know, he says to me, he says, you know, I'm not really managing anymore. I got some free time. I want to come visit you in Hawaii. I said, sure. 3 days later, there's a knock at my door. Sure enough, it's Bobby Gucci. I said, where's your luggage? He goes, I don't travel with luggage. I said, what do you mean you don't travel with luggage?
I
He
believe
said,
it.
luggage is for losers. I'm going to be wearing this outfit for the next 6 days. I'm going to be sleeping in a port the next 6 days. So, anyways,
Well.
Gucci's here. So,
I believe every word
Okay,
of that
Gucci's
story.
here.
Yeah, I actually
It's true.
agree with you.
It's absolutely true. Parker, this is a big
sir.
day. I need you to reel it in. I need you to slow it down. I need you to get zen. I need you to hear every question. You got 2 repeats left. Use the clock. Use your time. It's 0-0. It always is. You're never up. The next opponent is the next question. Now let's stomp this kid out. Let's show Gucci or Sam or whoever his manager is that it's dungeon
Not
time.
even
Years
close.
in.
Not
Make
even
it
close.
happen. All business, my pal.
And again, it's not Sam or Gucci. It's Koi Jandrew. We're about to see
I
him
don't
right
believe
now.
you. I don't believe you. I don't believe a word you're saying.
I don't care.
Just feel better when it's muted.
I don't care.
Kaiser anymore.
It really doesn't affect my life either way, how Kaiser feels about my
Now
work.
somebody we
Now,
don't all hate. Hey, Coy.
60 seconds for Koi and Jesse.
All right, we talked about it's not over till it's over. This is a really good spot for us. You played
You know what
better
was
each time you've played.
really
I've been so
disappointing
impressed every
about
time we've played
Spectacular?
this tournament. Robert Parker has literally
We didn't
played
get to hear
more
Bibbs go, "Hey, Koi!"
times the amount
You mean
of games
Collision?
you have.
And
Oh, yeah,
along with him. You're doing
I'm thinking
it's
ahead.
not over
I
till
want
it's
to
over.
go back
You
and
got
Selvin,
two
thank you so much for
JTPs.
bringing this up.
You're
This was
in
also
tournament. I want you to get out of your
very
head. I want
interesting
you
on
to
Trivia
take your
Night last
time.
week.
I want you to
say
play
this.
it back in your head. I want you
I
to
made it. We said that it was my idea. People just like to give you crap.
That's 100%.
It's so much easier when it's Jake's fault. Molly is a sweet, sweet angel that would never do anything
more
wrong.
perfect games than I've had total games, but that's.
Also, I don't care if people give me crap.
We'll see when we hold a Star Wars or a Twilight one, and the real Molly's gonna come out.
I'm
real
ready for
Molly.
the questions.
Oh, I can't wait for the Star Wars one because I will gracefully bow out and just grill the crap out of Jake.
We should invite Star Wars
The
competitors.
spider
to play
has
our
returned,
version
and
of
without
trivia
his
and see what
manager,
happens.
thank the good Lord. So it is
that might be fun.
Swift versus.
Yeah, I
Parker
mean, I would want to
PJ.
write questions
Mr.
for
Campbell
that,
will
but
be
I would
answering the
also want to
questions
play.
the Jackal. I'll be handling
Oh,
duties
we
for
would
the
do it.
spider. But
Dungeon
right now we
Star
start with
Warsers would do
Jesse
it.
Swift.
Get
PJ,
Mara
he selected
involved,
number
get Parker.
9 for his first lucky
Sold
number.
the
That's a
dungeon.
2-point
Sean
question.
involved.
Could cut the lead to 4. What category is he looking at?
He is back in
Make
the world
Jill
of
do a
Indiana
Star
Jones,
War.
something that might be very
No.
familiar with him from his last match.
No.
And the question for 2 points:
Oh, here we go.
Allison Duty has a role in which Indiana
Jones and the Last Crusade.
Damn it.
Temple of Doom.
No,
There's a
Molly's
person
right.
with the last name Duty.
Yeah, Molly's.
Indiana Jones.
That's the only reason why I know this. Because I've asked Alex
That
the
is
same
correct
thing.
for 2
Good
points.
pull, Jesse. Good pull.
They said
All right, that
Judy.
is a big, big answer because now he
Duty.
can look at a 5-pointer to possibly get the lead should he stumble on the 3-pointer. That's where we are right now. Is his 3-point opportunity. He selected number 14.
I Devil's Help, you have no
3-pointer.
idea.
And PJ, tell me what that corresponds to.
We are now in the Spacebound series of Alien and Predator.
Nope.
And
All right, here's the question.
I've seen
3
Alien
points.
once.
In how many films of the Alien franchise
2.
does Michael
Yeah,
Fassbender
he's right. 2.
Ow.
It's 2.
Yeah, it is 2, I think.
2.
And that is correct for 3 points.
Yo!
That is a huge.
That's an interesting
huge
three-pointer.
Get
answer.
it,
He thought
Jesse.
about it. He made sure he was confident in his response,
Let's get that
and he gets the
5.
points. And that cuts the lead of the spider to a mere point,
Come on,
PJ.
Jesse.
And it has come
Push
down
him.
to this
Make him answer
for
some
Jesse
questions.
Swift. He's playing fantastic thus far in the match, but he's going up against a guy who scored 2 perfect rounds thus far. If Jesse Swift is able to hit this 5-pointer, he's going to avoid the TKO for sure and force the spider to answer questions to get the win. We have high drama here in the Movie Trivia Schmoedown Inner Geekdom Tournament, and it's just match 1. Swift selected number 12 for his 5-point question,
Don't be
and
playing
that would
with
correspond to which realm?
We are back in the world of the Wizarding World.
Oh,
Or that boy
Yay!
with the lightning.
crap.
Harry Potter
For
5-pointer,
5
uh-oh.
points. And
Yeah, it's
to
gonna be
take
a
the
rough
lead,
one.
in Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, Harry first encounters Gilderoy Lockhart
son of a
during a
bitch.
book
I
signing
know.
at what location in
No.
Diagon
Ah.
Alley?
No
We were
idea.
looking for the specific location.
Come on, Jesse.
No.
Oh,
Come
my
on.
God, hang on.
I don't know the name of the place, but I'm pretty sure it was the book. His book was on like the #1 bestsellers list for
Called Magical Me.
27 weeks or
Okay, that's
something.
his second. He has 1 remaining.
Barnes and Noble.
In Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets,
It's not something in
Harry first
Burks,
encounters
is it?
Gilderoy Lockhart
I-
during a book signing at what
Oh.
location?
When I hear it, I'll
in
know
Diagon
it, but I don't know it.
I'm
I
out
was
on
the-
this one, but there's already a couple people in the. I'm not gonna say anything.
It's something in B. I have something in Burks.
I know it's
or
not
something in-
Borgin and Berks.
Oh, that's
not
what
right.
I'm thinking of.
That's not
4,
it.
Last JT, please.
3.
Come
This
on,
Final one. He needs to get the answer in 15 seconds. to
Books
avoid
and
the TKO.
stuff.
If I
Harry
had
Potter
watched
and
the
the
Half
Chamber of
price
Secrets,
books.
I would
Harry
have it.
first encounters Gilderoy
Amazon.com.
Lockhart during a book signing at
I can tell you the
Audible.
name.
in
I can tell you the
Diagon
names of his books. It's Magical Me and Who Am I?
Audible. Molly gives out free Audibles every once in a while on her YouTube channel.
Text Star Wars Explained to 500 500.
All of Andrews.
Ah.
And your
was that
winner,
Was this what you guys were thinking of?
Robert
Yes.
Yes.
Spider Parker.
Let's go.
TKO. The answer was Flourish and Blots. PJ.
Yay, Parker.
Lots. And you talk about a tough 5-pointer.
Yes,
That's
he
what you're
looks good.
looking at. That's what Swift was.
He did really well.
One effort by
Just
Swift.
happened to
But
play
Johnny Parker,
have a
Spider
game,
variety, who moves on in the Inner Geekdom tournament. We will allow
That's the way.
to celebrate in the green room for a
For as
sec while
hard as
PJ and I
this
clean
match
up.
was? Yeah.
And that is just
That was
a
a
taste
good
of the
five.
drama I am sure we're going to be
Good
witnessing
five.
throughout this Inner Geekdom tournament. So many points on the table and so many great competitors.
That was a terrible
like the Spider
game on
and
my
like the
part.
Jackal.
Me
I'm
too, I
impressed
got
with how well the
5.
Jackal played today, but it was
I
the
got
Spider.
I
once
got
again,
9,
perfect
and I'm
at
proud of
scoring a
that.
TKO
My
as a
9.
result.
Yeah, look, Jesse came.
Hey,
he
Jake
played,
hit his
he
19 that he
really fought
always
back. I mean,
seems
it
to
was a
hit.
much better performance
That's like
than
your
we saw
always your
last
point
time.
number is
But
19.
it's really
Someone
hard to
pointed
be
that out the other
perfect,
day in
and
the
Robert
chat.
came,
That Jake
he
always hits
saw,
19.
He conquered. And today, Goliath.
I
smushed
don't
David.
know. Sorry,
It was
I don't know.
pretty
Jesus,
impressive to watch
PJ.
this match play out because there were some twists and
What did he
turns.
say?
You had
Wait.
Swift trying to
He
keep
just
pace with
said,
Parker
and
in
today
round one, but then
Goliath
Parker
smushed
allows Swift to
David.
spin first, and I don't know if he would like to rethink that decision. But it is imposing looking up at a lead that big. But Parker got that crucial steal on the last question of
That's
round number
very
2
accurate,
that
Tyler.
might have sealed
Yes,
the TKO fate
100%.
of
What?
the Jackal. And so
That's
for
just
more
how
on this
all
match,
these
we're gonna
games
go
are now.
for an exclusive
Yeah.
interview
Yeah.
with the winning faction, the Dungeon, Kaiser and
I mean,
Robert
well, he was
Parker.
1 point
with
away
the
from
great
sending Parker
Jen
the question.
Sturger. Jen, I
So-
imagine the fellas are already looking ahead for more point possibilities in this tournament.
Gucci, wake up. It's 2:20, you freaking bum.
He's
Sorry,
Now he got
I'm
live?
a house guest.
Oh, he's on the porch.
House
He's on the
guest
porch.
and no lighting, I can see. Oh, thank you so much for. I always wanted to be part of a found footage film. Thank you for making my dreams come true,
Let me get
Kaiser.
this camera set. I'm living in a hotel room, Jen. Things aren't.
It's not
I'm
the
going so well for you. Is that what you're going to say?
Yeah,
Well,
it's not
congratulations,
the class we're
Parker.
used to.
Yeah, congratulations, Parker. Phenomenal match. You continue to impress me every single time I watch you play. How did you prepare for this match and honestly for this tournament? Being
Chuck,
a part of it,
Jake's
because I know that you did
MTS
have your
jersey would be
stumbles
number 4.
during the season. So how did you prepare for this match?
Yeah,
Good
I
night,
mean,
Sullivan.
it was a big loss to Chancher.
Later, man.
That did not feel good. I
Hi,
know that
Sullivan.
that match was one that I was capable of winning. I just couldn't pull it out in the
Keep working,
moment.
bud.
And that sucked for like 3 days. And then Mara and I had to have our conversation with Kaiser and the whole faction, and we decided that I was going to be the one playing in this tournament. And on that day that decision was made, I got back on the studying train. I hit the books again, hit the movies again, and it's full steam ahead until the end of Spectacular when the belts are on my waist. I am not stopping until that moment.
How cool was it to have your entire faction back you like that?
It's the level of camaraderie that I felt this season with the faction system is unmatched. It's the best feeling in the world, both in the trivia and outside. Having friends you can count on to
So
help
help
study,
me
to-
God,
to
everyone
talk
better
to
be
you.
getting
Mara's
vaccinated
become
so I
one of
can
my
go to
best friends, and-
Spectacular.
Yeah, the camaraderie
yeah.
is just unmatched in the dungeon. No other faction has what we have, I don't think.
We don't need any more variants.
Absolutely. Kaiser,
No.
how do you maintain such good chemistry
probably keep
despite
Wander
one, your
vaccination
absence
needed, though.
running
Keep the
around hotel
variants
rooms all the
in,
time,
in
and
the MCU.
quite frankly, like the distance that we've been encountering with the digital era.
Jen, I have a question for you. Despite
That's not
Adam
how
Witt
this
being,
works, but sure.
despite Adam Witt being a phenomenal manager, how much do you miss interviewing me winning after matches?
I did miss Kaiser.
More than I could ever put into words, Kaiser.
I thought so. I knew this was a pivotal year in my career in the Schmoedown where you finally accepted me for my genius. I'm happy
And
to
I
be
knew
here.
that you wouldn't understand sarcasm, so we both guessed right.
Oh, I guess I need to look that word up. But listen, I'm happy to be rocking and rolling with Parker. I really wanted to make it a point to be here for his match and this epic run
Agreed,
he's about to go
Malcolm.
on. We've been
Agreed.
training for over a year, and
Get ready for the POV
you know,
faction.
you can't take Coy
Hmm.
lightly,
Don't
and
put the
Jesse's
pressure on
getting
us.
better every day. That kid,
No,
we
we're
haven't
not
seen the last
playing.
of him. I mean, I know that he.
I mean, you
wanted to
can.
come out
You're
here
a
and
single
prove
player. Molly's
that,
our Star Wars.
he was a big mouth, and he's done that. But
Jill and I
he
will
also
coach
wants to
from
prove
this
he's a
side.
great player, and I think those days are coming
He'll
for
be
him.
a fire,
You don't
absolutely.
take anybody lightly in this
Fire,
league, whether they're
man.
a champion, whether they're a rookie. I'm just fired up. This is a great. It's tournament season.
We'll put
I mean,
Sean
we got
as
a lot more
IG.
matches to play, but I think Parker's in fighting shape, and I think on
Why
his
am I
best day he
singles? I
could
feel
beat
like I'm
anybody in
good
the
at
league.
IG.
Yeah,
Singles is a
and
lot,
to Switch
man.
is a
No,
great
you're-
player. I
because
thought he really
none of
impressed
us
me
are
today.
good at
He just has to
singles.
finish
You're
his,
fine. You're
he's
singles.
like 20,
Molly's been
30% of
testing
the
me.
way to the full season.
Yeah,
Once he
I
gets
know. That's
there,
why
then I
you
know
and
it's
Molly are
Cheetos.
gonna be teams.
I know it. I can see.
Yeah, but Jen, he did look like a substitute teacher with a drinking problem, if I may say so.
So just a substitute teacher. Anyways, well, look, your
He had the
route.
vest. I mean, it was weird ensemble.
Yeah, so your route, obviously, through this tournament is not going to be an easy one. Right now, it looks like you're going to be facing the winner of Oyama or Oyama and Irwin. So either way you look at it, that's a tough next match, especially this early on. How confident are you feeling? And
look at what Rachel
how do you prepare
said.
for opponents of that kind of caliber?
It's
Get it,
really tough to
Rachel.
prepare
Nice.
for opponents that you don't
Molly,
have a
here
lot
you
of
go.
game tape on, specifically in the Intergeekdom division. I mean,
You're
these guys
yours.
are what they both
Ooh,
singles
I like
champions,
that.
both champions
Max
in other
Fury Road
divisions.
and Star Wars.
But when they come into my backyard, when they come into Intergeekdom, anything goes. I mean, these
Ryan
guys
Ward,
definitely
get
have
on
their
it.
strengths. Paul's a good friend of mine, and Ethan is insanely knowledgeable about every facet of movies
And
ever.
Rachel, I'm not surprised.
So both
Harry
of them
Potter
are
is your-
definitely
your thing.
opponents I'm not looking forward to facing, no matter what.
Yeah,
Both of them
there was
are
none
gonna
of
bring
the
it. I
fourth
know
round
that.
questions.
But I also know that
for
I have
you
a
this
lot of
time,
expertise
Rachel.
in these categories, and they may just be picking them up for the first time, saying, "Oh, I'll give Intergeekdom a try." You don't get to do that and then come here and beat somebody who lives and breathes this stuff.
It's kind of like picking up a football for the first time, being like, I could play in the Super Bowl.
It's like Michael Jordan going to play baseball for a little bit.
Oh,
Well, that
better
worked
hope.
out well.
Mm.
Worked out really well.
Anyway,
Anyways,
despite my age, I could play in the Super Bowl. I still
And
I
to
played
make
college
it
football.
the
I think
tyrant, he's
give me
going to
2 weeks
force
of
you
double
to pick.
sessions, and I think I could do it. But you know what? That's
Yep.
not the focus anymore.
And I'm gonna
Focus
message
is
them
getting this
both Beyonce
dungeon ready,
Empire,
Jen.
watch Jill's pick, and your
I plan
phone's
on
gonna be
seeing
blown
Kevin in
up.
the winner's circle all the way until Parker wins that
The
belt.
devil's helping
And we're
love
going
like
to work our butts
type
off to get there.
Fury, so you have
And
to hit
you know,
Fury.
hey, this tournament season's
Furry
going to be tight.
force.
Furry
I'm not
force.
throwing anybody from here on in, but we're doing
That's
our
good.
work,
I like
and
that.
lucky to
That's
have Adam
funny.
Witt to help pick up the slack while I'm here at in Hawaii. You know, making fine television for CBS.
It would be
Love
quite
Island. I think
interesting
it's on
to
at 8
have,
o'clock.
like,
I don't know. Check your local listings.
reaction
But Jen,
channels
this was a
have
great
their own
day, and I'm
factor.
hats off to Jesse the
It would be
Snaggletooth
very
for getting in
curious
the
to
ring.
And there's the
see what
pressure of
happens
actually playing, and I don't know.
absolutely. And per our contract agreement.
That's the only motivation I need.
Oh,
Look at
that
that little.
keep up in the
Listen,
game,
I
though.
told you if you need me to, you can ship them to
Ugh.
Hawaii. I can still dog sit here. You know what I mean?
And Molly can
No.
team up the
Anyways,
snake
this
and
is
the
over.
frog.
No.
Congratulations
No.
again, Parker.
No.
Best of luck to you and the rest of the tournament.
I mean, it's always good to close out an interview with Kevin, regardless
You
of
need
how
to
it went
name
up
your
to that
snake.
point.
You have
I feel
Frog
like
the
Michael
Frog.
Jordan's foray into baseball was successful,
His name is
especially for a
Snick.
guy named Hakeem
Snick.
Olajuwon. But that's all
It's a
besides the
snake.
point, because we're talking about
Snick.
Parker
Snake.
moving on.
I'm
The
a
Slither
snake.
dances, and Jesse the Jackal Swift
Slither is
retired after a
snake.
match in the tournament.
If I
But
ever
what
do that
Vancouver
around
does, I
Gabby,
think
she
it
always
does do a
immediately
lot
starts
for his
cracking up.
confidence
It's a
going
snake.
forward in the world of inner geekdom, that he can go toe-to-toe with one of the best we've ever seen in the inner geekdom and adjudicate himself very well.
I mean, you're not wrong. This was a TKO that didn't quite feel like a TKO. Once again,
According
I
to
mean,
Chuck,
he had to
Hilo
go
and
up against
Kylo's
someone
team
who
would be
played
called the fourth
completely
dyad.
perfect just to get here.
Aw.
Like, this
Jesus.
was
Aw.
a big match for Jesse. He came,
Even though Hilo's a
showed up,
Battlestar Galactica.
and he proved why he was here. Like, he proved that he could compete with this. If this was any other Schmo day,
He knows plenty of Star
probably
Wars
would've had
names
this win.
too.
Well, somebody who always plays
Star
perfect
Wars.
is Jen
Star
Sturgeon.
Wars.
We throw it back to her for an interview with the Quirky Mercs, Coy Jandrew, and the Jackal.
Hello, gentlemen. Obviously, not the result we were hoping for today, but all things considered, a much better showing than we had last time.
21 points. That's the most he's ever
The f-
gotten, and he would have beaten.
The fact he got 21
90%
points and
of
still
players.
got
This is the
TKO'd
tournament, so
blows
he
my
hurts
mind.
Parker.
I know.
It would have gone
That's a
different
lot
than
of
last.
points.
I got a root canal today, and this match
Oh
could
my
have been
God.
more painful. But
I was
because
wondering why you seemed so subdued.
I'm in so much pain, but I'm not in pain.
I'm in
because of
so
the
much
snap,
pain.
And I could have been. If I put someone else up against Parker, this could have been as painful as the root canal, easily. Jesse just got 21 points. Jesse so far has had to play a dude that is absolutely insane, that was drafted before free agency, Amaru Moses. He had a very tough match with Whit Nabin because they sat him
Yes,
for
he
6
would.
months.
He would
and
be
then he
obligated
just had
to
to play
join the
someone who
field.
went perfect, and that
Whit
was
Nabin-
Bruce
honestly-
Hyde. This kid
honestly,
is
the
going to
POV
be a
faction might be
force
pretty
in
fire,
Untitled wherever you
because
put him in.
what's-
He gets
what it-
better every time.
where would
He will
Alex
be able
go?
to beat Mara and Parker
Interesting,
and Irwin, whoever he
interesting.
goes up against, because
He
this
could
is
be our
how
IG
better he gets.
player.
I just hope he
Like,
feels.
that faction
Actually, you're
lineup
probably
did
better at
well
IG than
for
he
me
is.
that
might be
This
pretty
was
fire.
everything I
That-
could have hoped for. Like, there is literally
Root Canal would
nothing
be a
I
good
have
team
negative
name.
to
He can
say.
be our
I know how
second
much you love the
tier
Schmoedown,
Star
and I
Wars
want
player.
the fans to know
Yes.
that
Right,
this
Molly?
guy is one
Let's
of
make
you
that clear.
Rose the
Yeah.
agent and is now an Inner Geekdom champion. Just because it doesn't say it next to his name yet Doesn't mean that's
I
not
would
what's
love
come.
to
I'm
see
so
a
proud.
logo. And I'm not forcing work upon
I
you.
think the David and
But a
Goliath
root
was
canal
kinda
logo
an
for the
astute
Schmoedown would be
comparison,
hilarious.
But
Just a giant
I
tooth or
I
something.
walked up
That'd be
here with a
pretty funny.
slingshot, and next time I get up to face Goliath, I really
Or a
want
Corky
rocket
Merc
launcher,
with like his head
but
wrapped.
it's a learning
Aw.
curve, and this is my first year. And the fact that I got 4 appearances in my first season, a lot of people don't get to say that.
4?
So I can't go
Yeah.
home too disappointed. And I
Who?
told
He's in the
myself when I woke
free-for-all,
up
too.
today,
Oh, that's right. That's right.
minimize
That's
your
right.
regrets.
I was thinking
feel good at the end of the match.
record.
Feel like
That
you
is
had
true.
some
There's
deep
not a lot
cuts,
of
some
rookies that get that
pulls,
many
perform better.
appearances in their
Everything I
rookie
woke
season.
up with that I wanted out of today, I pretty much
Or an
got.
IG
The
player
win would
to
have been a
be
nice
the
cherry on
choice.
top.
Because more than
Other
likely,
that,
and it's not a guarantee, but
It's
this
good.
is probably the last time
So
we see
proud.
I had
Jesse
fun.
this
I
year.
had fun.
Yeah.
We won't talk about how incredibly brave you are to sit in front of a green screen with the Photoshop capabilities of this fandom.
I'm moving.
I'm not saying anything.
I'm moving.
I'm not saying.
Jen just issued a
That's
challenge
very
to the
moving,
entire
ma'am.
internet,
That
and
is
I
very
heard
true.
it, and now I'm afraid of it. But they're very friendly. I'm sure
It's gonna be
very-
amazing. I hope they put you somewhere where you can celebrate, and lick your wounds and recharge, like a nice beach or something. Like that's what I want for you. Or like some exotic destination in some Star Wars land that I can't even pronounce. That would be kind of cool, also. But yeah,
Just
look,
make sure to tag me in the pictures. It's at Jesse Swift on Twitter. I want to see him.
Even Rocky lost to Apollo Creed, and that's what this match was. Like, this was a slugfest. It's the tournament. So I know Jesse, so I want Jesse to feel that he just did what he just did. That many points in this match is insane, and that many points would have taken out anybody else. And when either Amaru or Parker wins the tournament, I hope you're the guy that gets to know you made them bleed.
How dare he
Like, just
assume
because you
that
went perfect doesn't
Amaru
mean he
would be
wasn't
in the
scared. You
tournament?
were the guy that forced them to be that good.
was
So
Saul.
when one of them win, which
My
seems
good
like
sir.
inevitable, I want you to feel that, man. Like you did that.
All right, I'm ready for it.
all right.
Jesse's
Well,
like,
I love
okay.
this energy, and I can't wait to see all
Party.
of the amazing photoshops that come out of this now. Anyways,
I just want ice.
tough
I
loss
just want
today,
ice.
gentlemen. Feel better,
Poor
Koi,
thing.
and I'll see you guys again soon.
Well, PJ, you win as a team, you lose as a team, and it does
All
appear
right.
that Swift.
Well, Jesse, look,
I'm on the wrong side now. Everything is a mess.
let's start with Jesse because he's an easy one to talk about in this match specifically. He's had an up and down season, right? He played very well against Amaru in the first match. Had that slip up with Superman, maybe threw him off a little bit in that match, and then he shows up in the free for all. Had a great time, played a lot better than a lot of people probably giving him credit for. Lasted a round or two in that, and then he had his hardest match this year. And as they've talked about multiple times, he played defense the entire time up against Whitneyben. And then he has his best match up against arguably one of the best players in IG currently running, one of the strongest players, most dedicated players that we have in this league in general. The dude's got the chops to be something good, and I'm happy that if this is the last time that we see him this year, he ended on a very, very high note going into next year and the wild possibilities that year does have. So.
Agreed. I mean, to redeem yourself like you did from your last match, albeit a win, because I mean, I know he knows more than that. That was.
I know he knows.
I
that I
know,
know that
he
I know that you
knows.
know.
Yeah, that was
he
a lot.
knows that I know.
We all know that he knows more than
That
what
can
he
go on
scored.
forever. Just continue.
Yes. But and that came so naturally. That's what was weird. But I mean, think of his roster of who he's played. He gets to walk out of the season with at least a win. Like, I mean, he won a match. Is it the most glorious, the prettiest matches? No, but it's still a win. You contributed to the points of your team, which currently is now. Oh God,
I love it.
Ryan Warren,
I
this
love
is the one time I disagree with what you're doing.
I love it. I love
bring
it.
it!
I love it.
I'm all for it, making Jake uncomfortable.
love
But like I said, his points contributed to the Quirky Mercs' total. Whether or not it wins them the faction title, so be it. But they are in first place due to him having some of those points. And yeah, I agree. He probably won't get to play the rest of the season, but which is the amount that's going on, but I would be hard pressed to think he wouldn't be back next year.
Yeah, positive of this is that he played 3 times in IG, and each time he learned the things that he really needs to focus on. Compared to a lot of players who are going to continue on in this tournament and play, he has 5 months to study up on the things that he's missing, the things that he struggled with through those 3 matches, and so that's a big positive. Molly, Jill,
and he ended on a high note too.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
If he would have won that, like if we would have switched the last match with this one, I would take the losing and the showing that he did over the win in the that being your last match. Because I mean, 21 points is great for IG.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, as like a rookie too, having played this many matches is great practice. Like I think that's what makes a really great seasoned player, when you get to play enough matches in your rookie year to then when he gets a break and comes back next season, he'll probably be pretty dangerous. But this match was pretty hard. There was a lot of questions even in round 1 that were deep cut questions.
Yeah.
So Star Wars,
I think
not the Star Wars, the Harry Potter questions were
those were
not easy.
hard.
Yeah. And yeah, he brought his A game, but it just wasn't really enough. And I definitely know how that feels. But I think he'll be able to come back from this a lot stronger.
Mm-hmm.
Jill?
Chuck, I like your comment. Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah, that's a good one. But yeah, like I said earlier, the fact that he had 21 points and still got TKO'd, that's insane. Like if he wasn't playing against someone who literally played perfect, he easily could have won that match. But unfortunately, he went up against someone who had a perfect game and got a steal. But he played a great game, and this is probably the best game he's played despite the TKO. And I think the fans will see that and they'll realize that. And kind of a bummer that we probably won't get to see him for the remainder of the season. But like we all said, I would not be surprised if we see him again next season at all. I'd be more surprised if he wasn't there next season, to be honest. Yeah. But he played a great match, and he showed why he belongs in the Geekdom division, despite the TKO, unfortunately.
To answer Mr. Brian Ward, Brian, as far as I understand, he's only announced the 5150 shirts. I might have missed a couple if there were more, but I'm pretty sure it was just the 5150 shirt.
The Kevin Smith hockey jersey.
Is that actually available for purchase?
I want the dungeon.
Yes.
No.
Okay. Wow. Okay, so then the hockey jersey.
I believe it's available for purchase. I think they said that.
Okay.
I want a dungeon one.
Interesting.
Me too.
All right. So on the flip side here, look, it's easy to talk about. Parker does what he's supposed to do. He answers every single question correctly. He gets to the first round. Now he's awaiting the winner of Paul Oyama and Ethan Irwin, the most interesting matchup of the IG tournament, being that that's neither of their strengths, but because of their factions' IG players and where they are placed, they are going to be holding down the fort for their factions. As far as Parker goes, I would say that he obviously has a ton of pressure. He has a ton of pressure because Jesse's no slouch, but he needed to get through the first round. And then for the next round, many would probably say that it should be an easier test for him because they're not strictly IG players, which is always the tough matches to win. Those are always the hard matches to win. Parker is the one who has a ton of pressure on him to get back to that spot where he can fight for a title. He's never actually been in a title fight. He's always come up one match short. But he does what he's supposed to do. He's one step closer, and he's taking it a match at a time, and he looks extremely dangerous. Extremely dangerous. Jill?
Yep. Yeah, no, this is the Robert Parker we all know and love. Like it's not, no one is shocked when he gets a perfect game. It's like, oh, there he goes again, doing his stuff. So no, it's great to see him continuing to chew bubble gum and take names or whatever the heck that phrase is. I don't know.
Make like a tree and get the heck out of here.
Yeah, that one. But he also showed really great gameplay. He uses repeats really well. He just has his whiteboard on him. So he had to work to get that perfect game. And kudos to him for continuing to be the Robert Parker we all know and love. Now, can he continue to do that throughout the tournament? Because we've seen how Robert plays in tournaments. And he'll probably come after me later for this, but I'm going to spill the tea a little bit. And we see him do really well at the beginning. And then when you need him the most, it's like the Avatar. He kind of vanishes. So we'll see if he can keep it up for the rest of the tournament.
I like that metaphor. I like that metaphor.
Thank you. For anyone who watches The Last Airbender, pew pew. So I hope he can finally win a tournament, because we all know he can, and we all know that he deserves to win a tournament because he's Robert Parker. So let's keep it up. Let's see how the rest of the tournament goes.
Yeah, I don't want to speak ahead of Polyama and Irwin's match, but I think he's got a really good chance at making it to the finals for this. He was like super dialed in this match. You could tell he was taking his time. Like Kaiser said, like, use the clock, use your time wisely to take the time and think really hard about the questions. And that's exactly how he played. And yeah, hopefully he does the same exact thing all the way to the end. But yeah, I'm not surprised at all with how well he played. And I don't think he has a weakness. Other than maybe the game itself.
I don't think so either.
His only weakness is himself. So yeah.
If anyone can defeat Robert Parker, it's Robert Parker.
True. I currently don't see the hockey jersey. Can I tell you something? The Flirtenfaust has more items in the Skybound store than the teams do. Just throwing that out.
Well, that's they announced all that. That was the very first merch.
Yeah, that was the beginning of the season.
That was when SCN Live was with like going hard with the Flirtenfaust stuff.
He's got a lot.
All right, so let's move on quickly before we wrap up. Brian Ward says, "I'm not saying there are any more shirts coming though," and a little smirk.
There is.
So, interesting. Let's quickly make some predictions for tomorrow, because we actually, and this is a good time to announce that we won't be doing a reaction.
Oh, I want a Damon versus Damon shirt. Sorry.
I'm sure he has a logo or some kind of graphic made for that. Just
the match you've all been waiting for.
Yeah.
Damon versus
there better be some like cinematic epic trailer.
Yeah, I need like the deep voice.
I need the
trailer
voice. Damon versus Damon. But yes, we won't be
I'll
here
do
tomorrow.
it with my deep voice.
We're a little busy tomorrow. We have some things going on, and we won't be here tomorrow for this match. And unfortunately, it is a good one. It's a round one matchup between current team's champion William Bibiani going up against Jacob London. This is tomorrow's match. This is the Thursday match. We get to see our second singles tournament match, and this is a first round matchup between these two. So let's go ahead and make some quick predictions, as we won't be here tomorrow. Jill, I'll start with you. Bibbs and Blunden, who you got and why?
Aussie. Oi, oi, oi.
Nice.
Blunden. Blunden's got this. I'm very confident that he can. He's beat Bibbs once already this year. He knocked him out of the free for all.
Oh yeah.
He very well can do it again. So let's go, Blunden. Let's get this done.
I will say, and I'm gonna pick Bibbs. I'm a Bibbs guy. He might be my favorite singles player of all time. But I will say this. He doesn't always play as great as he does in teams and singles. Remember, last year's tournament, he got knocked out early as well. He didn't make it near as far as everyone thought he would. He lost to Paul earlier this year. Not that Paul's a slouch or anything, but Bibbs also didn't play great in that match. I don't know what it is, but sometimes he struggles on his own. Not having Brennan there probably might be a little uncomfortable. He's much more of a team element guy, right? He kind of rides off that atmosphere. But I will give it to him on the experience and being that he's supposed to win. But I will say this, out of a lot of the first round matchups, Jacob is probably the most dangerous. And someone said it in the chat, this is very similar to a Perry Mike situation last year. Jacob is extremely dangerous, and if he's given the right questions, he could pull something against Bibbs for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Molly?
Yeah, I saw someone say that this would be an upset. I don't think so, honestly. I mean,
I don't think so either. Yeah, you're right.
I think Blunden has proved himself enough to where if he wins this, I don't think it would be considered an upset. Bibiani's great in teams, and everything you said about him in singles is right. Like, as far as his performance in tournaments, it's not the best. But this will be a really fun match, and yeah, I think everyone on corruption seemingly they're studying all the time.
Yeah, I'm sure
Yes,
Jill can attest to that.
Yeah,
Can confirm they are studying it. Probably a little too much, but
so
a lot.
I am both expecting and rooting for Jacob on this one.
Mr. Avalosino?
I'm so torn because
You have Bibbs, huh?
I have Bibbs.
Yeah.
I do have Bibbs. You want to make a trade?
You wait. I'll trade you for Bibiani.
I'll have to look through
100.
your
Let's make a deal, Brian. 100%. I would trade for Bibiani.
Wait, no, because then that could help you, and I want Jill to be.
Don't help him. Thank you.
Yeah, I
Don't
know.
help him anymore. No.
Collusion. Collusion.
yeah.
No. Hell no.
Fight me. Fight me.
You know what?
Fight me.
He's gonna
Yeah,
beat you.
that's what I thought, sir.
I will withhold my comment.
I think I'm gonna pick against my player and go with London.
Oh, scandal.
I think the upset is very upset being a rookie versus Bibbs.
I think it's just by the title of everything, right? That
Yeah,
he's a rookie and
exactly.
Bibbs is a 4 or 5 year veteran. Like,
Yeah, exactly. I mean, yeah. I think I might go Jacob on this one. I don't know. I just don't have the confidence really in Bibbs right now in a singles. Teams, we know he crushes. But like you said, he went out fairly early in that singles tournament, and Jacob is very, very good.
Yep.
So, yeah.
All right, well, there you guys go. It's 3-1. Blunden with the victory here on POV. That's what we're predicting. Like I said earlier, we won't be able to do a reaction tomorrow, but we are going to be back on Friday for an early reaction. We're going to do it before the pay-per-view. That way you guys get 2 this week, and that match is going to be a very, very fun one as well. And that one is Jada Paramo and Paige for Betty. Just in time for something that's happening this weekend with one Paige for Betty. Jill and Molly will be joined on Saturday. This Saturday, the Boston Badass herself will be joining Happy Hour, and it's going to be a great time. We have a great drink plan. That recipe will be out tomorrow, so make sure you guys are checking that out. You guys can already get your questions in for Paige if you want to. Just queue them up in Streamlabs, and we will make sure to ask them, but I'm sure that those 3 are going to be having quite the time on Saturday. So make sure you
Also, just side note, there was a little family emergency, so Paige did have to leave California a little bit early. So she will unfortunately not be joining me live on Saturday. But she will be still joining us. So Happy Hour is still happening. So don't you worry.
Secretly, Molly's going, yes.
I was excited for it, but yes, I was going to feel left out.
Oh, no. You just have to come visit me next month. That's fine.
Yeah.
All right,
God
everyone.
God help us all in December.
Well,
What? We're all 4 of us are going to be
let's not
together in
reveal
December.
anything.
I'm saying in general.
Okay.
It's just in general.
You're the one
Just in
spilling beans.
general.
I'm not spilling any beans. I wasn't going to say anything.
Just in general, we're gonna.
You sound like a snake when you go.
Okay, everybody, thank you so much for joining us today. That is today's reaction. Hope everyone has a great Wednesday evening and a great Thursday. We will make sure to talk about tomorrow's match on Sunday's show. Actually, I can already say this too. Mr. Koi Jandru will be with us on Sunday. Mr. Koi Jandru will be with us on Sunday.
That guy.
We'll get to talk about
Yay.
the collision outcome with the Quirky Mercs and everything Koi that happened at Collision. So stay tuned for that one. But again, we'll be back here on Friday. We'll be back here on Sunday.
God.
Hope everyone has a great evening. Catch you guys later.
Coilish. Are you kidding me?